My name is Rhapsody and welcome to Aethermancer. Aethermancer is a monster tamer roguelite from Moirai Games. It just came out into early access on Steam very recently. Before that it had a demo on Steam, although I think the demo is still available on Steam. Which I played for 20 hours. So I have been keen for the early access release to start so I can start a series. So let's get into it. For too long you've overstepped your place. Void will cover every city of our world, starting in Vigil. A fitting end, if considered. All was created. Now all shall share our fate. First the fractured ruins, then all Terra stay. Then you, Mithras, Syrinx. Okay, so the world has ended. Classic setup. First monster. Choose your soul-bounded monster. You can start with this monster in future runs. Oh dear. I was wondering if they would do this in the early access release. Sheriff. They have given me a fire puppy. They have given me a blazing dog. They have given me a good boy. And they expect me to look at these other options? Well, I will, but I'm choosing the dog. Minakawa, a lightning eagle? Lightning steel eagle? Electrified eagle? We also have Nyx here, who is a fairy plant? Fey plant of some kind? Yotsun, a minotaur that appears to be growing crystals. And finally, our choice, Sharuf. I'm taking Sharuf as a starter, and I will be giving you the name of Reggie. We're inside the void now. The entirety of the fractured ruins has been devoured by it. Wild monsters roam this area. My old friend, I will once again require your support in battle. Actually, sorry about this. Series cancelled. Sorry. I'm gonna have to very quickly stop playing this game because I think I might be under the 2 hours. I think I can still refund it. Game is unplayable. I can't pat the dog. No prompts to pat the dog at all. A wild monster is blocking our path. We'll have to fight it. Actually, there's a tent appears to be rather new. Which means there are actually people living in the void. And they call me mad. So there's a tutorialized kind of first opening run here to teach us a little bit about the character concepts in this game. And then a lot of variability for each run after that. Monsters can use different actions in combat. Actions cost ether, so that's our mana or energy equivalent. There's 4 different elements of ether: fire, earth, wind, and water, rather. You currently don't have much ether. Your only option is to use your monster's basic attack, which can always be used to generate additional ether based on your monster's elements. So because our fire puppy is earth and fire type, basic attack generates for earth and fire ether. So basic attack generates energy, energy generates special attack. Every enemy has a poise weakness. The color of the diamond next to their health bar corresponds to the element they are weak to. Attack those elements with enough hits of that element and they will be staggered. The staggered enemy skips its next action, hell yeah, and all damage against it is increased by 50%. Try it out. You have enough ether now to stagger your enemy. So we use the grapple attack, 2 by 3, so this is 2 hits of 3 damage. Earth damage against the target enemy, and purges 1 enemy ether. But it also staggers them, so they're not even going to take an action that round. The enemy monster is now staggered, which means you can use the Craft Memento action on its turn. The Craft Memento action allows you to permanently gain a monster's memento, unlocking that unit across all future runs. Use the Craft Memento action on the enemy now. It's one of the Aethermancer's actions. So the Aethermancer also has Monster Flask, heal the target ally for 15, but Craft Memento is what we'll be taking here. Crafts a memento of a staggered monster. And then we'll just finish off the fight. Grapple him again! Take him down! Reggie gained worthiness. This is the worthiness screen. Your monsters gain worthiness in combat through a variety of means like dealing damage, healing allies, or preventing enemy actions. Worthiness provides a small permanent bonus to your monsters, which persists when you rebirth the monster on future runs. So that'll be their kind of roguelite element there. Loot drop common, you gained armor, common, equipment. Ooh, it's a common piece of equipment, but it's got a rare modifier on it. At the start of your turn, shield self for 2. Pretty cool. But it's also got the modifier damage plus 1. Increased damage of each hit by 1. Sick. Ah, there's a monster shrine over there. These constructs have been created by my kind over the course of thousands of years. I can perform a monster rebirth there. We should do so. Safety in numbers. So we'll have up to 3 monsters. Obviously, this is only going to get us our second at the moment. Monster Rebirth allows you to add a new monster to your party. You only require a monster soul to do so, and each monster shrine can only be used once. You start each run with 3 monster souls. Each monster shrine allows you a random selection of monsters equal to the amount of monster souls that you have. Ah. However, you first need to unlock monsters by crafting their mementos, so we only have the memento of the monster we fought earlier, which is Walpertinger. Rebirth Walpertinger. Yes, please. Do you want to give Walpertinger a nickname? Absolutely. Straight from the 4th wall. Hall of the Patron. It is Coldheart, the Walpertinger. Let's actually also very quickly look at these two. So Reggie has a signature trait, Scorched Earth. Whenever this monster applies 1 or more burn stacks to an enemy, also break a poise on them. That seems really, really good. And the trait Eagle Eyes for Coldheart. This monster can copy the last 2 enemy actions and use them once. On copied action, you purge the same amounts of elements of ether as was spent on the action. Oh, sick. Also, both of these creatures have critical and purge as main types. Interesting. This time, let's initiate combat by performing a Void Blitz. The ability allows the Aethermancer to ambush enemies, which removes 2 poise from the targeted enemies, making them easier to stagger. Let's just immediately stagger you. Got him. Party's almost complete. You just need to add your 3rd monster now, so you need at least 1 more memento. Stagger one of the enemy monsters. Already done. I'll craft a memento out of you. The Cockatrice. A tank burn dodge creature. Cool. So I can't really exploit the weaknesses of any of these enemies at the moment. I should probably generate some additional fire energy for the next turn. Bubble Trick is this move. 2 hits of 2 water damage against the target enemy and applies Sidekick to self. Sidekick is a buff that says when another ally attacks, trigger a Sidekick attack on this monster against target enemy, dealing 1/4 damage based on this monster's elements, and then consume a stack. Right, so just, if someone else attacks, I go to. Me too, please. I want to try and make sure that Cockatrice never gets to take an action. It's so action efficient if it's stunned at the start of the battle and dead before it gets to play. Oh dear. So Ignite right now would stagger the other creature? Oh, sick. Oh, because the burn applied, removing a poise, and then also Walpertinger hits for a earth and wind. Sorry, a water and wind attack. Staggering. That's perfect, because it gives me the ability to craft another memento. Fortress! I mean, it's another puppy. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I gotta put that in my party. I mean, we're not gonna be able to prevent the cockatrices from attacking, so I'm just gonna finish off Fortress. That was damage. How dare you? Oh, we do have 2 fire, though, so... Get him with the big old stagger right there, Sharoof. And also, now I have a copy of Flurry for Warpatinger, which I get to use later against someone else. 3 hits of 2 wind damage against the target enemy, and it applies dodge to self. Although we'll just finish the battle with a wind kick. So also, Burn was applied in that battle, and it looks like Burn is a DOT, which triggers on action. Okay, Ether generated 5, gave us 2 worthiness. Actions prevented, 1 action prevented gives 3 worthiness. Cool. Damage dealt seems to be like just 10 gives a worthiness. Reggie, levels up! Woo! So this is where we get our overlapping, interacting mechanics going on. Because as creatures level up, and you'll have a total of 3 in your party at any time, usually. As they level up, they gain traits and additional actions that they can take in battle. And those traits have passive effects with other traits and other actions, and then suddenly you're doing one thing, and it does a bunch of things. So we have 3 options here. Critical hybridization. On crit, deal a 3 wild damage hit. Triggers up to once per action. It's important to note, wild damage is damage of all elemental types. So that means it will stagger no matter what, or rather it'll do poise damage no matter what. Aura. An aura is a trait that affects all allies or all enemies at once. You can't have more than 1 of the same aura trait in a party. On every 4 attacks from allies, purge 1 enemy ether. Cool. Critical purging. On every 3 crits, purge 1 enemy ether. I mean, it's all based around crit stuff. The yellow one here is just signifying that it is from 2 different trees at the same time. So the top ability is just from the critical tree, the second ability is from the purge tree, and this ability is from the critical and purge tree. So it overlaps 2 main mechanics of, as it turns out in this instance, Reggie, who has both critical and purge already on them. But it can do it across your party as well. On every 3 crits, purge 1 enemy ether. Eventually that will be ridiculous. But I would have to start critting constantly first. Every 4 attacks from allies. I mean, especially if I already have Sidekick in the party, that seems like a very easy thing to trigger. Critical hybridization. I mean, if I'm critting, that's great. I'm going to take aggressive purging. I think the reason I'm going to do that is... Monster Soul sick. Oh, you're up at a height now. You can use Void Dash to dash between cliffs. When you get close enough to another cliff, you will see a Phantom of Syrinx to indicate you can Void Dash to that cliff. Try it out here by dashing to the other cliff. Done. Very big text box for that. A body made of ether and a fellowship of beautiful little monsters. You must be an Aethermancer. I hope you're here to help us out, not cause more problems. I will try my best. Who is us? Sorry, rude of me not to introduce myself. I'm Lily, resident witch of Pilgrim's Rest. You should come visit sometime. It's beautiful when there isn't a void threatening to swallow it whole. Perhaps I will. My name is Syrinx. I hope that no ill fate befalls Pilgrim's Rest and its people. That's sweet of you to say. I knew it. Someone with a band of monsters following them around can't be a bad person. How about this? Meet me in Pilgrim's Rest, and I'll offer you my services. I'm an expert at soul bonding, you see. Soul bonding uses a monster's memento to bond its soul to you, which means it's always there with you when you need it. Whenever I enter the void anew, I can choose it to be by my side. Huh. That could be very useful indeed. Exactly. Also, I can help you out when we run across each other in the void. Here, I found this blank memento. You can use it to craft the memento of a monster, right? Reward, you gained 1 blank memento. I hope I can help you and your monsters out. Get a little bit of money. Oh, hang on. Kind of an interactable on the field. Some monsters are tricky. They will attempt to ambush you. When you get close enough to them, you can press space and then use the Void Parry to counter their ambush, giving you the same advantage you would get from performing a Void Blitz. Get parried, nerd. The frames for that are not tight. I think the expectation is that you will always start battle by Void Blitzing or Void Parrying or Void Breaking or whatever it happens to be in the instance. So I can craft a memento here. Ooh, do I want to craft a memento of the other guy? That is more dog. It's higher dogliness. The dogitude is in the face and in the fur. I can't very well run my entire decision framework in this game consistently by which of them looks most like a dog, but god damn it, I will do it right now. Tatzelworm. An earth fire dog. Yeah, let's generate some additional energy, why not? Especially because we can use it to take out Tatzelworm. That's actually also cool. The sidekick can trigger against, or the sidekick can trigger anyway. Sidekick, actually. Whenever another ally attacks, triggers a sidekick attack on this monster against a target ally. Yeah. This... I forgot what I was going to say about that. Oh yeah, it doesn't have to hit the monster. Like, if the monster that you're originally targeting dies from the first action, the sidekick just redirects to another monster, which is great, rather than just being wasted. Cold Heart levels up. Ooh. Exploit. On interrupt. So that's if you stagger an enemy, or you kill an enemy, or if you purge the ether from them so they can't pay the cost of it. On interrupt, apply sidekick to self. I think that would be a really easy way of getting a ridiculous amount of sidekick on Cold Heart here. Leadership, aura, as long as this creature has sidekick, other allies gain 2 damage, also pretty cool. Psychic generator, whenever sidekick is applied to this monster, create a random ether. I'm going to take the sidekick generation first, and then I'll find a way to benefit from having it, beyond just having it in the first place. Meteorite, common equipment. Meteorite, on support action, so a support action is any action that doesn't damage, convert 1 random ether into a wild ether, just meaning it can be used to cast anything. I'll put that on Cold Heart, but it's probably not going to be especially useful, to be honest. These branching paths lead deeper into the void. I can sense that each path will take me to a different zone, all part of the same biome, but with different fate in store for me. This is but the beginning of my journey towards the core of the void. I mean, I can sense it too, based on the engravings on the ground directly in front of the portals. Is there anything else that we need to... I don't think there's anything else on this map for us. Let's go to the Ether Spring ahead. And get another monster. When choosing your monster, you should consider the monster's signature trait, elements, and types. This way you can quickly identify the monster's strengths and what role it can play in combat. So first, Reggie and Cold Heart, we have Earth and Fire through Reggie, so we're pretty good at staggering those. Cold Heart, Water and Wind. I think you do have a water attack and a wind attack, so we can stagger enemies of any element at the moment. Although our types are Critical, Purge and Burn, and Critical, Purge and Sidekick. So we have a lot of overlap in the types in our party. Cockatrice is fire and wind and is a tank with burn and dodge types. Also, the ability Hot Temper, which I will pull up, that's the signature ability, Retaliate. This triggers when an enemy hits you. Actually, it's not when an enemy hits you. I think it's when you are hit by anything. Applies 1 temporary power to self. Every 7 times this trait triggers, apply 4 burn to each enemy. We also have Tutzel Worm with Primeval Blight. This is a critical regeneration poison character. On crit, apply poison. Oh, I mean, we do have a lot of critical in party. This monster gains 4% crit chance for every poison stack on enemies. We have Orthrus here as well. 2-headed. On attack, if this was the monster's first attack of the turn, heal the ally with the lowest health by 5. If it was the monster's second attack of the turn, apply power to self. And it has type, sidekick, power, and heal. So this thing attacks 2 times a turn because it attacks to set up its sidekick, and then it attacks again when it triggers its sidekick. And it uses that to heal and apply power to itself. I think this is a really good pick as well. We could get a lot of sidekick stuff going off. Fire Fang is your sidekick attack. 2x5 fire damage against target enemy and apply sidekick to self. Also, perk of sidekick damage +1. Yeah, give me Orthrus, the additional dog. We're just going all in on dogs in this first run. Wolpertinger is kinda dogly as well, on account of 4 legs, you see. Orthrus, you need a nickname. And I think your nickname is absolutely Sorathil. You are back up on a height now. If you perform a Void Blitz from a height to an enemy that's on the ground, it will lose 3 poise instead of 2. Neat. There we go. It's a Wolpertinger, an Orthrus, and something else? I think that's another Orthrus, actually. I think I have a harder time staggering wind at the moment. So I'll Void Blitz the Orthrus. And I've already got the mementos of all of yours, so I don't need to do anything, right? Your monsters don't have to fight alone. The Aethermancer can use certain actions in combat as well as artifacts. Artifacts are special items you can use in combat. Each artifact has a certain number of charges, which are refreshed when you visit a rest site, so you don't need to worry about losing them. Estus Flasks! Okay. I think... Let's just start out with a Fire Fang to set up some sidekick. I don't know if that was actually a good idea. Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. Hang on. Wolpertinger, what's going on here? Your basic attack appears to be purging an enemy? Explain how. Eagle Eyes. No, I'm not even using an Eagle Eyes attack. What's happening here? Something is purging an enemy from this attack. And I'll figure out what it is one of these days. I think it was an ability on Sharoof that triggered there. Maybe it was just for every 4... Yeah, it's the for every 4 attacks purge. The reason that I wanted to know that is because if Cold Heart had triggered that purge instead, then Exploit would have occurred. But unfortunately, Sharoof was given the ability to purge the enemy there. So Cold Heart did not trigger an interrupt, and as a result did not just get a stack of Sidekick. Alas. That said, I'll get a stack of Sidekick for wind kicking this guy into oblivion. And then we can use another attack that sets up Sidekick, triggering the previous Sidekick. And then a new attack triggering the previous sidekick again. 5 attacks in a turn. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage to Sharu, friend. Please stop doing that. Beware. At least one of the enemies is going to reset its poise this turn as part of its reset action. Apart from resetting its poise, reset actions generate 1 random ether and trigger an additional effect based on the individual monsters. Enemies use reset turns the turn after they were staggered, or when enough rounds in combat have passed without them getting staggered. Interesting. How do I know what your reset ability is? Can I see it on your guy? Can I see there? I don't know how to figure out what something's reset ability is going to be ahead of time. Alas, I don't think it's especially relevant here. It's fight time. I'm not going to be able to purge you out of doing anything, but I ideally will just be able to kill you out of doing anything. That'll do it. Oh. We can have a level up on Reggie and Sorathil after the next fight. 1 more Monster Soul as well. You can use the map to teleport to any point of interest you've discovered in the zone. Sick. Oh, definitely gonna have to use that now because I've skipped a bunch of stuff. There's got to be another monster fight, right? Certainly some more oh, get parried. Also, the Ether Spring. I haven't even seen it yet. That's what I came here for. Ooh, no matter who I hit, I'm going to be purging. Sick. Suppose I'll also get you closer to a stagger. So that prevents Wolpertinger from using the special action this turn via purge, and then next turn I'll finish off a stagger on you, stopping it again. I almost feel like I should probably just use the other 2 actions to generate energy, because... Whoop. I feel like I'm gonna need to start drafting some skills that also generate ether for us, because our first turn is like 1 special action and then 2 basic attacks. Oh, hell yeah. This is exactly what I wanted to see. So Spore, the ability that we just stole from the Mandragora, is a 2x3 earth attack against an enemy and does 3 target weakness to the target enemy as well. This is going to interrupt, which is going to cause a trigger of Sidekick. Then Ignite here is also going to interrupt. Perfect. Is that Aqua Pounce? Yeah, I think that's Aqua Pounce the enemy is using there. That's not going to be enough damage to take out Wolpertinger, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Let's try and thin down the enemy field to just that 1. Also, weakness reduces the damage of each hit by 3. Each hit then consumes a stack. Cool. And yeah, burn. Whenever this monster consumes ether to use an action or gets interrupted, deal X fire damage to it. X is the number of stacks. Thank you for the additional clarity. Hell yeah, set up a Fire Fang giving me the 2nd stack of Sidekick on Orthrus. So Orthrus is going to attack 3 times this turn. Unfortunately, only gets a bonus for the first 2 times. And then Sharuf attacks, and then Wolpertinger attacks, and then Orthrus attacks. It's like dominoes. Checkmate. King me. Fire Fang. Little bit of additional healing, why not? I have no support abilities or anything like that, so I'm just gonna finish the fight. I have no reason to farm out a little bit of additional worthiness there at the end. Or rather, no way to. I have reasons to, I don't have ways to. The level up is here! It's here! Reggie, Fire Blast. 4/5 fire damage against target enemy with 25% additional crit chance. Interesting. Lightning Chaos. 2/6 fire wind damage against all enemies with 15% additional crit chance, and the critical hits purge one enemy ether. Although the cost of this is astronomical. Stealing Dust. For only 1 earth and 1 wind, steal 1 enemy ether. It is a free action though, so you get to use a free action. The action can be used without ending the monster's turn. It is worth noting though, you can only use 1 free action per turn, so you can't just use the same free action many times or multiple free actions, unfortunately. I think Lightning Chaos would be a really, really good fight finisher for us. Especially because on critical hit, it purges enemy ether. On purging enemy ether, Reggie also... No, it's not you apply burn on enemy ether. Hang on. Okay, maybe it's not as good. It is nice to just have a hit that would hit all enemies, though. My main problem is I don't generate a lot of fire damage, fire ether at the moment. So I would have to have my future pickups generate some more. Oh, yes. All of these are sidekick related. Aura. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shield both attackers for 2. That would be incredible. Side crits. This monster's side attack is always critical. Oh. That's insane as well. Leadership. As long as this monster has side kick, all other allies have +2 damage. I'm taking side crits. I'm doing it. We're going full in on crits. So what was the first thing that I gave to Reggie? Aggressive Purging on every 4 attacks. Yes, so that's triggered via doing a bunch of sidekick stuff. Exploit on interrupt applies sidekick to self. I don't think that's doing really well, unfortunately, at the moment. And then side crits. Okay. Because I want to draw things that are cohesive with those. So here is our Ether Spring. I can get an equipment boon, Fire. Equipment from random loot drops has a 35% chance to have a higher tier until the end of run, or the gold boon until end of each. Sorry, at the end of each combat, gain 2 extra gold. I'll take higher tier equipment, please. Because what am I going to use that gold on? Equipment, exactly. Oh, Scepter rare. Whoa, this thing has a lot of modifiers on it. At the end of your turn, apply 1 temporary power and heal self for 3. Wind damage +1 increases the damage of each wind hit by 1. Cold Heart does wind hits. I don't think Sorathil does. No, you do, right? Yeah, I think you do. Sidekick damage increases the damage of sidekick on allies by 1, and initial temporary power at the start of the combat start with an additional damage. I think this goes on Sorathil as long as you do wind damage, which I'm pretty sure you do. I can inspect you, hell yeah. You do not do wind damage, you do fire and water. Alright, well, this is gonna go on Cold Heart. Especially because Cold Heart's sidekick attacks are also wind damage. So that's just gonna have to replace the Meteorite, which we scrap for 3 gold. Okay, 1 more set of monsters, which is gonna be good for leveling up. 2 Wobbetingers and a Cockatrice. Cockatrice is very easy for us to stun. I think maybe I've got the audio for the game mixed a little low here. Yeah, let's up it to that. Okay, we can Aqua Pounce at an enemy. Unfortunately, again, it's not going to be Wobtinger actually triggering that interrupt. Huge purge, though. I'd like to stop the Cockatrice from using its attack. Never mind, we got the sidekick. Why did that interrupt? The initial temporary power, the additional wind damage. Why did you purge from the enemy there? Oh, because your copied actions purge from the enemy. Got it. Okay, that's super useful. Oh, also, because that already purged one element from the enemies, now if I grapple the Walpatinger, I also take away a fire, which then interrupts the cockatrice. Hell yeah. No one gets to play on my watch. This is solitaire, you hear? Please stop attacking my creatures. Please. Oh my god, I already have enough of the lightning chaos? Oh, it would be almost all of my energy. Okay, fine. Definitely not worth it. Let's use Fire Fang to set up some sidekick. And then realize that I definitely wanted to do that differently, but that's a-okay. I've just got the single Walpatinger left on the field, and a single basic attack actually steals your ability to cast again. Get got. I would like some defensiveness. That's something I'm seeing. It's, other than interrupting enemies, I'm having a little difficulty preventing damage. Which is really important, because the game hasn't even mentioned it yet, but that damage causes corruption, which the corruption effectively is a meter that goes up over time as you've used a creature and it's taking damage, and it lowers the maximum health of that creature as you enter battle. So, like, if you have 5 corruption and 50 main health, you enter battles at 45 health instead. Ugh. This isn't good. Generate force. For a fire and a wind, we apply 2 force to self. Force turns each hit into a critical hit, dealing 50% more damage, and poise damage, cool. And 1 more poise damage than it. Energy Rush, 4x4 fire wind damage against the target enemy. On interrupt, applies 2 sidekick to self. Yes, a way to stack more well, that would stack a lot of sidekick, because I already have on interrupt applies sidekick to self. And then another copy of Lightning Chaos. Honestly, I don't think I need a second copy of Lightning Chaos. I don't really like those opening drafts, to be honest. We got a skill reroll, hell yeah! We'll be able to roll away from one in the future. This fountain is what Monsterkin of Vigil simply called an equivalent exchange. Remember, October 3rd. The equivalent exchange is an enchanted fountain that will produce a specific reward based on an offering that you give to it. It allows you to trade gold for ether crystals or vice versa. Once a trade is being performed, I'm going to give you gold for ether crystals, please. Give 5 gold. The more you give, the more you receive. Keep in mind that once a trade is being performed, you can't use it again. Give 5 gold, gain 15 ether crystals. So it shall be. You traded 5 gold for 15 ether crystals. Cool. I believe ether crystals are the thing that allows us to... There's nothing left to do here. Is the thing that allows us to buy the meta upgrades between runs that allow us to start runs with certain characters and stuff like that. Alright, let's go. You found the end of the zone. You might want to use the map to check if there's any undiscovered spots left in the zone. You can use the map to teleport to points of interest and bring it up with M. I mean, I'm pretty sure I discovered it all. Merchant that way, random NPC this way, or Envoy this way. I'm going to take Envoy. So there's another monster shrine here. If the corruption of my creatures is too much for me and I want to swap one of them out, I can do so here. Or if one falls in battle and I need to bring a new one into the party as well. Possible there. My eyes deceive me. Another Aethermancer here in the void. I'm called Alioth. They sent me here to investigate the massive void phenomenon. Are you here to assist me? Greetings. My name is Sirix. I'm here on my own. The issue seemed too important to ignore. An Aethermancer operating on their own. So you weren't sent by Aquelius? How curious. No matter. Surely we can still help each other out. I take it you're proficient with artifacts, aren't you? I am indeed. They've had quite an impact on my travels. In that case, I believe I can help you out with my magic. Let me see what I have for you. A strangely shaped ore chunk hovers in the air above Aliot's head. This is aetherial ore, a metal infused with ether, commonly believed to be extremely rare. Much more common within the void, however. I could split the ore into two, forming two artifacts, one for you and one for me. You can even have first pick if you'd like. Do you split the ethereal ore? Pick an artifact or choose to gain 10 gold instead. Definitely taking an artifact. Behold, the product of an ethereal ore that is torn asunder, never to be remade anew. Pick your choice of artifact, take the Antidote Flask, which heals target ally for 15 and cleanses 5 debuffs from them, 2 charges of that, or Void Crystal, generates Wild Ether, 2 charges of that as well. I'll take the Void Crystal. As expected, Sirix. You gained Void Crystal. I'll just rest here for a while before I continue my treacherous expedition. You do that, buddy. Catch you on the flip side. Monsters down this way. Or as I call them, roaming XP. Let me Void Blitz a Tutzelburn, thank you. A sentence I was certain I was going to be saying today. You're fighting an ooze! Its signature trait can be tricky to deal with because it deals increasing amounts of damage to your whole party if left unchecked. You can inspect your enemy's signature traits by pressing F to use the inspect feature in combat. Okay, hang on, that does enemies as well? Oh, so it does. Can I see the restart action then? Oh, cool, I can even see all of the abilities they can use. Oh, that's really useful. I don't think I see on here what their reset action is, though. Which would seem to me to be quite relevant. Okay, Ooze's trait is Putrid Odor. On action, apply 2 poison to self. Whenever poison triggers on this monster, enemies take damage from it. Doesn't trigger retaliate. Okay, yeah, so you don't get more powerful if I hit you. You get more powerful if I just leave you alive. Guess who's dying? 2x3 and apply sidekick to self. How do I want to set this up? I only have 1 water, unfortunately. So I can't use Bubble Trick as well. Actually, hang on. If I Bubble Trick you... Sick. Because we actually got to stagger there as well, which gave us another sidekick. Honestly, absolutely take Tutzelworm out right now. Now there's only 1 enemy to deal with. And I can even purge what the Ooze was going to use. Whenever your monsters take a certain amount of direct damage from enemy actions without being protected by shield, they take on Corruption, which lowers their starting health each following combat. Try to avoid Corruption if possible. I'm trying, I'm just much more interested in attacking than I am in defending. Is that so wrong? Yes? Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. Energy Rush. I'm going to use this just because it will trigger the interrupt. So that's 3 sidekick now on Walpertinger. And then trigger the sidekick immediately. Now I got 2 sidekick on board as well. Grapple him. Hell yeah. I love that each attack causes a flurry of them. Hold out Sorathil and Reggie, each get a level. No one levels up though. Chain, rare equipment. Oh, sick. On single... Oh, what? On single target attack, if the enemies have 5 or more ether, purges one enemy ether. I think sidekick will count as in single target attack. I'm going to put that on Sorathil. It's also got Earth Generator, generates 1 additional Earth from a basic attack. Was it... Wait, hang on. Was it from basic attack or was it just generated? Yeah, basic attacks generate 1 additional Earth Ether. And Shield 5 at start of combat. It's not especially relevant. This must be what the Monster King called a blessed pond. For a simple offering of coin, it may cleanse one's soul. Or so the story goes. 5 gold to cleanse 3 corruption from all monsters? Absolutely. The power of the blessed pond washes over your monsters. 3 corruption cleansed. Hell yeah! Then... teleport directly back up. No need to walk. Teleporting's very fast here. Ooh, can I get the equipment before I start the fight? Hell yeah! Skull, common equipment. Whenever this creature applies a debuff to an enemy, 15% chance to apply the same debuff again. Cannot trigger itself. I don't think that's better than any of the equipment I have, so I'm just going to scrap that for 3 gold, and then stagger, or at least start staggering a cockatrice. Hell yeah. Ignite immediately finishes that. Ooh, Firefang would as well, and it sets up more attack. Because it sets up the sidekick. Hang on, that was a single target attack against an enemy. Why did... On single... If they have 5 or more ether, purge 1 enemy ether on single target attack. That is just what Sorathil did. A single target attack with Firefang, and the enemies had 5. Why did they not purge anything? And will it do after I attack? No, it didn't trigger it on sidekick either. Interesting. Maybe it needs them to have more than 5 and it just wasn't triggering before because of that. Yeah, that purged from the chain. We can even see that it happened. It removed 1 of the earth from them. Okay, then let's do that. The other one staggers, and the chain triggers again. Okay, yeah, so it's triggering for 5 or more. Sorry, more than 5, not 5 or more. All good, though. Can easily just account for that. Shift things off by 1. Get him! So much stagger. So much kill. So Wapitinger does 4 attacks with that. I like to believe that Cold Heart is kicking once with each leg. Just Sorathil levels up. Vampiric Seed. 3x2 earth water damage against target enemy, but heals all allies for 2x4. I do need some heals. Lava Surge, 2x4 fire earth damage to all enemies. On interrupt, apply power to self. Sure. Snow Support. Heal all allies for 2x6. Cleanse 2 debuffs from all allies. And apply 2 sidekick to self. That sounds incredible. The 2 sidekick means that if I use that at the start of the turn and then both of the other units attack, I can still trigger both of the traits of Sorathil. The first hit giving the 5 healing and then the second hit giving the power. Pick up a blank memento for our efforts. A soul altar. A crude altar crafted by the Monster King many centuries ago as a place of worship for monster deities. A sacrifice is required of those who wish to use the soul altar's power. Should you accept, one of your spare monster souls will be released to the void. You may then choose a temporary boon that will aid your monsters in the next 2 battles. You'll get a selection of boons based on the types of your monsters, and the soul altar can be used multiple times, but only one of its boons may be active at once. Sure. Choose a boon for the next 3 fights. Burn boon at start of combat. Apply 3 burn to all enemies. Heal boon, all allies gain 1 additional healing. Or purge boon at the start of combat. Purge 3 enemy ether. That sounds good. For your offering, you get the purge boon. Seems like that's pretty much all that was up there. Really? Is that as many enemies as we're on? I guess, because I've explored all corners of it. Down here we have a loot drop rare. We've got a witch or merchant. Give me... I feel like loot drop rare is probably not going to be especially good. Give me witch. Just because my equipment at the moment is surprisingly good. As you may have noticed, corruption is a constant danger that diminishes your monster's survivability throughout a run. There's only a few ways of cleansing corruption, and they only cleanse a limited amount of it at a time. Successfully dealing with corruption by preventing and playing around it is one of your main challenges as an Aethermancer. Speaking of playing around it,
Nice to meet you again, Sirix.
likewise.
I hope the blank memento I gave you helped out. I don't think I'll find any more soon, though. But, aside from that, I'll always help you out with my potions and crystals to guide your monsters by refocusing their talents.
That is already plenty. Thank you. Lily holds a strange crystal in her hand. It exudes a volatile, pulsing energy.
Look what I created! It's an active memory crystal. It contains the memories of a monster's past lives. Give it to a monster to replace one of its skills with a new skill.
Do you take the active memory? We can get a rerolled action of a monster, a rerolled trait of a monster, or refuse to get 1 XP for a random monster. There are traits that I would like to reroll, certainly. I think on interrupt gain sidekick is not working especially well at the moment. There's also definitely actions I want to reroll though. I've got decent type coverage at the moment. Actually, you know what? Give me a random EXP for a random monster, please.
Sure thing. My memory spell should bring back some past life memories to one of your monsters.
One of your monsters gained 1 EXP. Sick! It's bringing Sorathil back up to the rest of them! This is a champion monster. You face them at the end of each biome. They are tougher, have more skills, and use 2 actions each turn. You have to defeat them to advance to the next biome, though. Have at you, Warden! Immediately purges all of its energy, you get no actions. While most enemies have a simple poise weakness corresponding to one of the 4 elements, some enemies have a special poise weakness. This champion monster isn't weak to any of the 4 elements. Instead, it simply needs to be hit with a great amount of hits to be staggered, regardless of the element. Since it's a champion monster, it only loses 1 of its action when it's staggered. Probably worth just using this turn to build up as much energy as I can get. So that I can interrupt later. Actually, I will use Fire Fang. And then trigger that. Just so that I can get 2 attacks out of Orthrus' turn. So that I can get the heal and the power. Whoop, big hit. Aqua Pounce. Energy Rush. Ooh, it's 1 off of staggering. I really want that to be the stagger hit. Yeah, I can do that. Can I even snow support this turn? Yeah. Snow support gets rid of the 2 weakness on both of those characters as well. Yeah, this energy rush. It's definitely going to interrupt, but the interrupt will be done by Orthrus. So I don't think we would get any sidekick out of that at the moment. I'm going to use a basic attack. Nope, there's the interrupt. Well, not what I was hoping for, but okay. Oh! Crop Memento. Warden! Hell yeah, you can capture boss creatures. Oh, I can even purge your ability to use his last one, sure. Energy Rush, get him. Under control. Obviously can't stack you at the moment, unfortunately, but the more psychic I can get up, the better. Doing some decent purging. Oh, hell yeah, this grapple actually purges just enough to take you down to doing 2 basic actions rather than 2 special moves. Reset action purge. Oh, okay, so they purged one of ours for their reset action. Easy. Yeah, first things first, Fire Fang to set up the sidekick. Uh-oh. No, it's fine. I was trying to finish the fight with a different attack, but it doesn't matter. We've got enough attacks to use weak attacks for the rest of the fight and still win. Goodbye, Warden, you champion monster, you. You are also very dog-like, I'm noticing. Probably another party creature later. We get 2 EXP. Oh, is that 3 EXP on Reggie? We got 2 EXP for each of our characters following that fight, so Reggie and Coldheart both level up. Reggie, crit chance plus 10. On every 3 crits, generate Wild Ether. Controlled burn. This is huge. For every ether purged or stolen by allies, apply 1 burn to the enemy with the lowest amount of burn. And that'll be attributed to Reggie, who also says, via Scorched Earth, whenever this creature applies 1 or more burn stacks to an enemy, break 1 poise on them. Yes, please. Oh wow, Coldheart! Side crits as well! This monster's sidekick attack is always critical. Yeah, let's do it. We're going all in on big crits. Hexing Harp artifact we also picked up there, which... Inventory... Purges 2 enemy ether. Yeah, oh my god. We should just be completely controlling all enemies, pretty much. No one's allowed to use special attacks except for me! You have entered a rest site. This is a safe place between dangerous biomes of the voids. That was our first boss, and we completed it. The cauldron you see here is the monster meal, specifically prepared for your monsters. It will cleanse a large amount of corruption. 15, just enough to get everyone back to full health.
Interesting. Another Aethermancer. Who are you then, child of soul?
You're familiar with my kind? That's unusual. My name is Sirix.
Many things are known to us.
Apologies, but who is us? And what are you even doing here anyway?
Why, this is our home. The Fractured Ruins. Is there a better place to be on Terrace Day? And by us, I mean us. A humble trader living in a simple and modest life with his associate. Say hello, Sally.
Are you aware that you're inside the void?
Yes, the void. A natural part of our world, I'm afraid. Life and death, ether and void. With the chit-chat out of the way, perhaps you're interested in my wares. Care to buy anything?
We have Solve, rare. At the end of combat, cleanse 3 corruption from self. Also, ether chance on action, 33% chance to generate a random ether. Cool. Also does 1 additional hit of damage. Epic boots that I can't afford, unfortunately. 1 additional water and wind damage to a creature. Oh no, that would be so good on Walpertinger. Monster Soul can be used to rebirth the monster at a shrine. Void Crystal, also can't afford that. And EXP. Grants 1 EXP to a random monster. I'm going to take that, thank you. Hey, Sorathil leveled up. Helping Winds. For every 3 wind ether consumed by allies, apply Sidekick to self. Not necessary. Make it double. Psychic attacks from allies deal 2x2 damage hits. That's incredible, because I think both of those hits have to crit. Sick. Bonus XP now costs 10. I will still take it. And it brings Sorathil up to Reggie's level. Ether Spring, Knight, or Loot Drop Epic. I'm going to take an Ether Spring because those are permanent bonuses for the run. It's the Forbidden Fortress. Oh yeah, I could rebirth the Warden right now. With its signature ability, Power Nexus. For every 5 ether purged, stolen, or weakness applied by the party, apply power to self. Sick. I'm comfy with my current party though, thank you. Earth Ether Boon, start of your turn, generate an Earth Ether or a Fire Ether. Fire. We need fire more. We use fire on more characters. It's the Domo Boy! Whoops. I leapt at the wrong target. But the Soup Man! Why are you burned so much? What just happened? I don't... Oh, was that... I think that was the final trigger of our... Purge 3 at the start of combat. And because we purged stuff from the enemies, we then dealt fire damage to them, which then staggered as well. Sick. Firefang into Bubble Trick into standard attack just to get a bunch of sidekicking going on the first turn sounds good to me. But first... Domovoy! It's the name of the chef enemy, Monster Chef. On action, if the action didn't consume any cooking stacks, apply cooking to self and regeneration to the ally with the lowest amount of regeneration. Cool. And Grimoire, the Living Tome. Whenever your allies spend 2 ether of each element, you can use a free ability that generates a powerful action for free. That said, for the moment, we only have to worry about side-kicking the absolute teeth in of that book. Get that stagger on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the sidekick does trigger crit. Oh, this is good. And it's 2 crits as well. It took 4 poise away just for sidekicking. Granted, it does seem like our main problem is going to be, what if an enemy hits me in the face once? What if someone decides to just kill me and prevent me from doing all of this nonsense? I'm very, very wary of that possibility. There we go. Big sidekick applied. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, this is great. So, our basic attack and then our sidekick kill 2 creatures while purging all of the elements needed for the final one to get to attack it all. Setting up even more sidekick, giving us the ability to domino effect, just eviscerate this enemy. 14 damage each hit, 12 damage each hit after that. Come on, I just need that when you trigger sidekick, both characters get 2 shield. I just need that. Just give me that aura. Also, did everyone just get 2 EXP there? Orb common, ether +1, but health is reduced by 6. Okay, so ether +1 is literally at the start of the turn, get an additional ether. Health reduced by 6, obviously pretty harsh. Wind attacks generate 1 additional wind ether. Or basic attacks generate 1 additional wind ether. I could replace Reggie's with that realistically. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Gives me more ether, which is what I was literally just asking for. I'll do it. It's like 1 additional mana a turn. Armor, common equipment. Evasion 10%, and shield cell for 2 each turn. No, not worth it. Oh. Well, seems the furthest I can go there. Oh, yeah, should have checked the minimap. Absolutely the furthest I can go on that path. No! I want to get my high ground advantage. Here we have the Nosferatu, the vampire bat with the signature trait, Vampirism. Aura, terror on enemies, a vulnerability debuff, deals 2 more damage, and heals the attacker for 33% of the damage of each hit, rounded up. Neat. I think I should just start the fight with an energy rush right now. It gets a bunch of sidekick already set up. Actually, hang on. I think this will also be the sidekick causes a full stagger, giving an additional sidekick. Sick. As well as doing a ridiculous amount of damage. That can't be understated. Just get the dominoes to continue falling. I do need a way to give Orthrus slightly more sidekick consistently. Just like 1 more each turn. Without having to cast snow support every turn, because it's a bit expensive at the moment for us. Reggie and Sorathil both level up. Lava Bolts. 1 by 13 damage. Fire Earth damage hit against the target enemy. Consumes all Fire Ether to do 1 additional poise damage and 2 burn for each. Bonfire. Heal all allies 2 by 4. Apply 2 burn to all enemies. Applying burn to all enemies from Reggie is pretty good, at least, because it does at least purge them. Firestorm, 3 by 5 fire damage against all enemies with 25% crit chance. I'm leaning towards rerolling here because these all want me to have a surplus of fire energy, which is just not where we're at. Flash Burn, applies 3 burn to a target enemy as a free action. Jewel Cutter, 4 by 2 wind earth damage against target enemy. Critical hits deal 4 additional damage. And Lava Tide, 2 by 2 fire earth against all enemies. Purge 1 enemy ether on interrupt, generate a random ether. That'll be our choice. Sorathil, heal all allies. You don't need another heal all allies trigger, buddy. Oh my god, all of these. The other one heals all allies as well. Oh boy, Comet Rush. 3 by 5 fire earth to target enemy only. Applies sidekick to self. If it interrupts, it applies power to all allies. Power to all allies is pretty good. I would reroll here if I had the opportunity, because the other 2 are like ally heals that I really don't care about when I already have snow support. but like I'm getting a lot of very expensive options and not a lot of ways to generate the energy to be able to use all of those very expensive options. Two dead ends, fully explored. That's a shambler over there. Whoop! No, no, no! They spotted me! Combat is unavoidable at this point. I've got to void blitz them. Otherwise, they'll just start the combat without us getting any bonus. It's not like Superstar Saga. They can't catch us off guard. Actually, I think the Paper Mario series has that same mechanic. Lava Tide. One interrupt, generate one additional ether. Ooh, Fire Fang seems like a really good way to set up here. Like Fire Fang on you into Energy Rush, but the problem is then I won't have the Ember for Energy Rush. I think I will start by just staggering the Shambler with Energy Rush there. Also, pull up its stuff, because it's the first time we've seen it here. It has the trait Breach the Void. This monster can copy its last action and use it once, with its cost replaced by Wild Ether, but as a free action. Sick. Free actions are some of the most broken words in the gaming lexicon. Okay, so both of you generate a bunch of ether when you attack. Unfortunately, I can't get enough fire to cast Fire Fang this turn. Never mind, just having that much sidekick on good old Cold Heart there was enough to take out the book round one. Shambler chooses to brace here, giving itself 8 shield, and I'm pretty sure... Is brace the retaliate move? Brace, yeah, shields for 2x4. Also retaliate, trigger a 1x4 wind damage attack against the enemy. I think if we stagger the enemy, they don't trigger that. Ooh, Comet Rush. I don't need the additional sidekick, yeah. Do Comet Rush. Yep. Yep. Double hit, crit sidekick. It's doing insane work. Come on, Cold Heart, come in with an aura, please. None of those auras. They're very expensive. 2x5 water wind attack against all enemies. Critical hits deal 4 additional damage. One of your perks, Cold Heart, is by default you just have 30% crit chance. So that's not awful on you because I don't have good water wind AoE coverage. Lightning Chaos I already have in the party. I don't need a second copy of it. Stealing Dust feels like it could be good though because it's a free action for Cold Heart, which means you can use this to steal an enemy ether and in doing so, interrupt them and gain sidekick. So it's sidekick on a free action sometimes. I'm going to take that. I can't just keep taking big, heavy damage hits. I want many more passives. I have too many actives at the moment. I can't use all of those at the same time. The passives, though, they're always active. Hang on. Ether Crystals to the north. There's Cook or Blue Drop Epic. Let's go Cook. Have I met the cook yet? No, it's the witch we've met. Hey! Well, what do we have here? One of those ghastly void creatures? I'm an Aethermancer, actually. My name is Sirius. I mean you no harm. An Aethermancer? Your kind doesn't come around Belgrim's Rest often, do they? Or at least they don't show up at my restaurant anyhow. That would make sense. Our kind doesn't eat or drink. How ghastly. Well, I suppose we won't have much to talk about then. Goodbye, sir. Unless one of those monsters of yours happens to have a better appetite than you do. Certainly. What did you have in mind, chef? Oh, you can call me Mern. My dishes will bring back the best of your monsters. I just know it. If they can stomach it, that is. I never hold back on the spices, you see. I see. You make my monsters stronger, but at a price. Seems risky. Risky? Risky's the most important spice of life! Ha! The pungent smell of something truly unholy brings tears to Mern's eyes. Truly, only the worthy can stomach the fermented void fish. So let's get this over with. Which lucky monster's getting the fish? Do you take the fermented void fish? So 300 worthiness at the cost of 7 corruption. Absolutely, I'm gonna do that. It's gotta be Reggie. It's gotta be. No complaints as always. You got some real troopers fighting for you, Sirix. Reggie gains 300 worthiness. That's a full first level. That's 50 ether crystals and 5 additional max health for Reggie permanently. That's all I have for now, but I'll whip up something new when we meet again. Your monsters won't go hungry as long as I'm in the void. Did I finish? Oh, I had not finished this path. Oh! New dog. New dog spotted. Locked on. Must collect dog. Do not have crop memento. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what else we can do then. Sick. Oh, hang on. I don't want to steal their ether to start with yet. Specifically because they have enough ether for me to steal some with just an attack there. And now I can take away another, gaining a sidekick for free. And I'll gain another stack of sidekick. Just keep the damage train rolling. Fire up to all enemies actually does seem really good right now. Purchases an enemy ether, on interrupt generates our enemy ether. I don't think we actually use this to interrupt though. I think Walpertinger causes that interrupt via the... yeah. Via the sidekick, so it's not attributed to Shrew. Stop attacking my dogs! Did you not just hear me? Did I stutter? Comet Rush. 3x5 Fire Earth against targets. On interrupt, apply power to all allies. This looks like it's going to interrupt 2 things at the same time. Yeah, so that gave 2 power to all allies. Sick. Let's keep the sidekick train rolling. That'll do it. Ignite him, give him burn. Burn triggers the poise removal. Walpertinger attacks. Staggers, gains sidekick. It was about this point in the demo where I realized this was definitely something I wanted to do on the channel. The amount of different cool things you can do when you have all of these kinds of things that can overlap, and the variation between all of them. Like, we're only seeing a very small subset of the traits and abilities in the game at the moment, because a lot of my creatures share the same types, but I could also have unique types on everyone. I could have 3 different types on Reggie, then on Koltar, then on Sorathil, and then I'm offered combinations of up to any of those 9 with any of the 8 others. I think it scratches for me the similar itch that a lot of people saw in Hades. Solve, rare. At the end of combat, cleanse 3 from self, temporary power +1, burn damage +1. I should probably take that. I really need additional energy though. This is a soul gate. Oh no! There was a line there. Soul gate will await your return. This is a soul gate. It grants access to a sacred room, but only for those willing to take part in something that willing to part with something rather that holds importance to their soul. Yeah, gain a monster soul. Give him a monster soul, and it'll open. Oh, 2 XP for Cold Heart, hell yeah. That means after the next battle, everyone's gonna level up. Sick, 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 sick. Steal your 6th ether, as well as generate a decent amount of my own. Then... oh no. That can't even prevent the action? Why can't that prevent the action? It does show that it would be taking away their final water ether, so surely you wouldn't be able to cast that ability? But I guess maybe one of the other characters is generating water ether before your turn, so you can still do it. Unfortunately, that means I'm not interrupting and applying Sidekick to self at all. Can I even stagger someone this turn? Taking the full brunt of all enemy attacks is definitely not my idea of safety and security. Okay, that's a good stagger at least. Hey, there we go. And now I can use Stealing Dust to take the final thing. Gaining a free sidekick for having done so. And hell, I'll stack another sidekick on top for the next round. No! 2 of them hitting the same unit on the same turn should be illegal. No one should be allowed to do that, especially to me. Definitely looking to... oh my god. Look at this action. A Firefang against Grimoire causes a chain effect here that ends up interrupting every single enemy. Go. We'll do a second stagger as well. Keep the sidekick train rolling. I do apply a decent amount of burn from Sharoof, which is doing a lot of poise damage. If I can find something else to also trigger from applying burn to enemies, like maybe ether generation especially, sounds good to me, specifically. Drop a big old lightning chaos on the enemies and just let them explode. Yeah, Sharoof definitely needed the solve. Ooh. Coltart now has 25% evasion from every attack, and Sorathil, 1 additional damage. Whenever an enemy gets attacked for the second time in a turn, trigger burn on them. That's not actually that good. Because the burn amount on the enemies never gets particularly high, and I don't have anything that happens on burn trigger, I just have on burn application. Enkindled Ether. On attack, consume up to 1 fire ether to deal a 5 fire damage hit, and apply 3 burn to the target enemy, which then also removes another poise. Critical ether, crit chance plus 10, and on every 3 crits, generate wild ether. I think I'll take that, because you definitely need to go in the direction of doing a bunch of crits. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I was looking for. Oh, Ether Fiend is really interesting, though. Whenever this monster purges or steals ether, generate 1 additional ether of the same element. This monster takes 1 more damage from all hits. Woof. Helping Winds. For every 3 wind ether consumed by allies, Sidekick self, sure. But now, Sidekick Generator. Whenever Sidekick is applied to its monster, gain 1 random ether. That is going to be a lot of ether for us. Leadership. As long as this monster has Sidekick, other allies gain 2 damage. Sure. On support action, we don't do support actions. Deals a 3 damage hit to target enemy and triggers on attack effects. Yeah, that'd be cool, but we don't use... Well, we do use a support action. Snow support. Quicken. For every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies, apply Sidekick to self. Yes. Why? Because first off, Sorathil heals by 5 every single turn just for doing the first attack. But then secondly, Snow support is how much healing? 3 by 7 to all allies? 2 by 6. 2 by 6 to all allies. So that's 12 to all allies on field, 36, which means it'll trigger Quicken twice. So we get 4 stacks of Sidekick from 1 Snow support. Hell yeah. Got a skill reroll. Those are going to come in handy. What's this? A Soul Lantern. A resting place for roaming souls. The Monsterkin took great care to construct and maintain them across the fractured ruins. Soul Lantern draws roaming souls to it and then serves as a resting place for them. You may release a soul or take a soul from it. If you release a soul, you'll lose 1 soul, but the Thankful Soul will allow you to choose one of your monsters to increase their max HP by 5. Cool. If you take a soul, you get a soul, which you can lose later in the run. I'm going to release one, and I think Reggie has the most health already and is getting additional health. I think it's got to be Coldheart, who seems a little weak. Release Soul is thankful for the rest and gives +5 max health to Coldheart. Whoop! Get parried. Absolutely not. You think you're my first Gargoyles? Let's look at him though. Gargoyle, Urban Striker. For every 15 shield this monster applies, or receives, or rather applies to allies, apply Sidekick to self. And Sidekick attacks of this monster consume all Sidekick stacks at once to deal their combined damage to the enemy. Sick. That'll be good fun for a future run. For the moment, though. Oh, I can't even purge an ether. Maybe I should generate some water ether just so that I can Aqua Pounce or something like that, maybe? Actually, if I stagger the Shambler, that ability that the Shambler is about to use is Wild Ritual. Generates 3 Wild Ether and applies power to self. So it'd be really difficult to prevent you from taking actions without something like that. Okay, I can use this basic attack. I'll stagger each up. Is there anything that staggers 2 at the same time? I don't think so. this gives me the ability to use Stealing Dust, which steals an ether, interrupting an enemy, gaining Sidekick, and then that Sidekick gives me an energy in response as well. Oh, sick. And then Energy Rush to interrupt, applying Sidekick, gaining energy, and then it applies more Sidekick, and we gain more energy. So that allows me to use a bunch of special abilities, and those special abilities to set up enough Ember to use more special abilities. This is exactly the cycle we want to be in. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Snow support? There's snow support like snow support. Like snow support, I know. So 4 Sidekick on both of those characters right now. Hell yeah. Let me yoink some ether. Effects. I guess I just get to choose which of these two gets to attack at all. Cool. The Gargoyle. If I could get a free attack action on Sharuf, so that Sharuf can trigger 2 Sidekick stacks from each of its allies each turn. Oh my god. How ridiculous it would be. It's so many crits. Another victory. Oh, they don't get worthiness for having just crit. Got a skill reroll there. Soulgate. I do have another monster for it. Oh, it's just resources. It's meta resources. It's worth it. Okay, yep, that's that entire map. Down there is just the monster shrine we haven't used. A merchant, a loot drop, or the witch again. I think going to the witch and re-rolling something on one of the creatures is going to be much more valuable right now. Come on, Lily. What do you got?
Welcome to the Forbidden Fortress, Syrinx. Spooky, isn't it? This is where the Commander Torment stood his ground against the army of Gulp Plant many centuries ago. Some say the tortured souls of the warriors who died here still haunt these halls. But we both know that's just nonsense. It's the cult of Ether that haunts these halls. Just ask the creepy merchant who's always lurking around you.
You mean Alioth? 2 XP for a random, it is appealing, but there are many actions on creatures that I'm not using and many traits that I would really like to re-roll. Can I inspect at the moment, though? Okay. I chose to re-roll trait. For every 5 attacks from allies, purge 1 enemy ether. That's doing decently. Control burn, applies burns to enemies, which then breaks their poise. Critical ether could definitely be re-rolled. Cold Heart, your exploit's really important. Side crit's really important. Side crit generator is really important. And Sorathil, all of yours are really important. So it's going to be on Reggie, and we are looking to re-roll critical ether. Kindle. For every 4 burn applied to enemies, generate fire ether. Burning fire. For every 3 fire ether consumed by allies, apply burn to all enemies. That seems like a really good way to just trigger the poise reduction on all enemies constantly. I'm just going to take that rather than re-rolling. Aha! Another boss. It is time to fight. Put your dukes up! Put all of those 4 dukes up! Oh, they did. Tides of the Void. The Void has chosen Wind. Whenever an ally uses a Wind action, Star Spawn generates a wild ether, making it even harder to prevent it from using actions. Which is actually really annoying, because I would love to be using some Earth moves this turn. The Earth moves under my feet. I feel the sky come crumbling down. Tumbling down, even. I can use an earlier Aqua Pounce, which happens to interrupt here, which is great. Gives us a sidekick. Gives us an energy as well. Lava Tide does a decent amount of damage to you. Also purges an enemy ether. But also, I can do that exactly without the additional expenditure on my behalf. I kind of want to keep purging enemy ether, keep ahead of them. Yeah, you have 1 Earth Ether this turn. 5 damage on a basic attack. Attacks twice. Oh boy, you generated a lot of ether that turn, friend. You are now testing water. Definitely think I should steal from you. On account of it being free real estate. Let's get some sidekick on Orthrus. Or Sorathil, rather. Okay, this will be a full stagger on the next action. So we should do this first? Yeah, we should do this first. Because when the enemy is staggered, they take more damage. Yeah, and then just a standard attack here. I think maybe I should... Oh, yeah, I definitely should have healed Sharuf last turn. I should definitely do it this turn, though. Element Earth. Got him with a big ol' heal. Ooh, they're gonna do Lava Tide this turn. Actually, let's look at the enemy. Tides of the Void. Oh, we can even see here. Whenever an ally or an enemy uses an action with a certain element, generate Wild Ether, the element is chosen randomly at the start of the round. You also have Momentum, 3 attacks to apply power to yourself. We've got to watch out for, if we give them 5 Wild Ether, they can use this move, Starbeam. 2x14 damage wild attack to all enemies, and then applies power to self. There's also Lava Surge, which they're using this turn. 2x8 Fire Earth against all enemies and apply power to self. And Icy Assault, 5x7 Water Wind against target enemy. Oof. Oh god, it's doing both of those this turn. I think this is capable. I think currently, if I don't shield part of this hit, or at least like steal enough ether to prevent it, I'm pretty sure this I'm gonna heal. I'm pretty sure they could pretty easily kill me. I'm actually very threatened right now. God, I'd like to have more dodge. Do I just throw Energy Rush at him? I do a lot of damage. Oh, okay. Okay, great. No matter what I do, phew. No matter what I do, I manage to purge enough to prevent your icy assault, which... Yeah, if you get all of my creatures to half health with your first attack, I don't want you to use a special attack after that. Pretty sure this way leads victory, though. Hit him with the energy rush. Finish him with the sidekick. Woo! Victory. Absolutely cleaning up on the worthiness. Look at Sorathil there. Worthiness off the screen. Damage dealt, support damage, damage healed, damage prevented, actions prevented, ether generated, combat duration, and boss bonus. 3 experience for everyone, so it's just +1 for whatever the zone is. Hey, Reggie gains 2 immediately. Level up. Oh, we can choose to get health instead. Interesting. Fire Blast, 4x4, fire damage against the target enemy. Whatever. Firestorm, we've seen this kind of thing before as well. Mudfling. Purges 2 enemy ether. Heal all allies 5. On interrupt, apply temporary power to all units. No, I'm looking for an aura effect of some kind, please. Stolen gemstone. Steals 2 enemy ether. Apply to sidekick to self. I had not even been considering the possibility of Reggie as a sidekicker. I don't necessarily think it's good as well. The other 2 can do the sidekicking. Someone's got to do the main attacking. And a support action doesn't trigger sidekick, so... I kind of want to reroll again, but realistically... I should probably just take the Stolen Gemstone. Oh, right, because it's replacing things now. Got it. So that's why. Is it always going to give me a skill right now? Can it offer me another aura? How many auras can I have? Because it's only offering me support actions at this point. Ball Lightning's actually kind of interesting. 2x4 fire wind against target enemy. On interrupt, though, deal a 2 damage hit to all enemies. Lava Bolt, very good at just like finishing off a target if I have a bunch of additional Fire Ether, but the thing is I use my Fire Ether very quickly, so... sure, give me the Stolen Gemstone. Realistically, I don't think I need Lightning Chaos. Grapple, it's nice to have something very cheap like that to throw out. Actually, I don't think I need Lava Tide. Replace that with Stolen Gemstone. Whoop. Right back to the rest zone. Alioth! Hi. This time, I want to ask you a question, child of soul. Please, call me Sirius. What is it? Why did you come here? When the void opened, I felt it was urgent enough to investigate. Interesting. So you just happened to be in the area? I sensed the opening of the void from quite a distance, actually. No offense, but I can't shake the feeling I'm being interrogated. Oh, we are just a concerned party asking questions, is all. Care to buy anything? Scepter rare. There's Orb rare. Ether +1 each turn. Corruption Cleanse 2 at the end of combat. Decent. Wild Ether. I mean, honestly, I just want to buy experience. Electrical Jolt. Applies 2 sidekick to self and 2 temporary power to all allies. 4x3, water damage against target enemy, purge 2 enemy ether. It's decent. 2x5, water wind damage to all enemies, and critical hit seal additional damage. I mean, I feel like maybe I am maxed out on auras because it's just not offering me them anymore. I think Drown's a pretty reasonable move. I don't generate a lot of water ether, which is the main problem with it, though. Probably instead of Wind Kick, I guess. Yeah, Energy Rush is my wind to a single target hit at this point. Hey, Soradil! Great, we got them all on the same EXP. Heals target ally for 2x3, target generates 1 random ether, and a free action. It's okay. Blood Drain and Icy Assault. Icy Assault's a lot of damage. What would I even throw away on you, though? Comet Rush is entirely well, Aqua Pounce is also kind of unnecessary on you. Your basic attack is better than it consistently. Icy Assault scales to do a lot of damage because it's 5 individual hits. Sure. I'll also buy a Monster Soul, and damn, there's still the orb at the end of all of that. So the Salve is also giving initial temporary power and burn damage +1. I don't know if burn damage +1 is worth it, so I'm going to be replacing it with the Salve. I get 1 less corruption cleanse each battle. 15 corruption here. Yeah, Reggie definitely still most on that list, unfortunately. The Knights! I get 1 less corruption cleanse each battle, but in return, I get 1 additional energy at the start of each turn. Whoop. Who are you? And who do you work for? It's the bird guy from My Hero Academia. Can't remember his name right now. I want to say Todoroki, but I think that's actually the Fire Ice guy. Stolen Gemstone, steal 2 enemy ether, apply 2 sidekick to self. I mean, it's nice, sure. Damn, the Icy Assault already just immediately... Wait, actually, your basic attack does that same purge. I think I do want to do Fire Fang. Actually, we should also look at these enemies. This is a Jinn. It has the signature trait of Levitation. For every 9 ether consumed by allies, it gets a stack of dodge. Each attack consumes a dodge stack to gain 30% crit chance and 3 crit damage. The Naga is fearless. Look at that cheeky little smile. When this monster has 1 or more force, it evades the first hit of an enemy attack and has Retaliate, trigger a 2x2 fire water attack against the enemy, which would also crit because that's what force is. Oh, and there's the final creature, Sphinx. Aww. Not dog-like at all. Exalted. At the start of your turn, apply Sidekick to this monster and apply 2 Essence to its attached minions. Excuse me? This monster cannot learn any attacks. Oh, your abilities summon minions. You can summon a Wild Lance. Interesting. Anyhow, back to dismantling your party. Gotta get ready to start stealing your stuff. Purging. Stolen Gemstone not gonna be enough to prevent the Sphinx from acting, unfortunately. I guess I should probably just trigger some poise reduction then. I don't want to split my damage against too many targets, but I think the Jin is probably the one I kill last. If I can do enough damage, I think I take out its support first. Which seems like it would be both of the others. Yeah, basic heal and mana generation, basic attack. Oh, and that heal also triggered sidekick. Look, I don't like Sharuf's health positioning right now. Snow support, heals all allies for 2x6. I mean, that's good for the sidekick setup. But I'd have to get additional water to do it. It's like I have to basic attack with Cold Heart, and that just doesn't seem like a good idea. I definitely can't let all of them try and use special attacks next turn. That just seems like a really good way to die. I think I'm gonna have to use Monster Flask on Sharuf. Stolen Gemstone, I steal the enemy ether. Stealing Earth? No, I need to steal water. I don't have a way to steal water. Alright, we're not going to be using snow support this turn then. Which admittedly does make everything a lot harder. Perfect. Firefang sets up 2 staggers here via the burn application. Stagger everyone this turn. No one gets to attack. I've got a bunch of sidekick stacks on allies as well. Perfect. This is what we want to do. Drown to purge them. Oh, I mean, this attack almost just straight up murders. To get the support immediately, and then the next attack has 2 sidekicks that it'll trigger, so yeah. 2 sidekicks for 4 crits straight to the face. Get him. I really hope I have more opportunities to reroll some of my traits. Some of the... Ooh. 1 XP for Sorathil. The last to join the party, but the most experienced. Huh. Looks like there was a little cache of gold hidden in that area as well. Just happened to pick it up by dashing. What do you do? Oh, there we go. Just didn't break the first time I dashed through it. Ooh, new enemies. Let's talk to the knight first.
Hail, fellow Void Delver. Ah, you have a terrible affliction upon you. Your head is on fire.
That's just my face. I'm an Aethermancer. My name is Sirius.
Oh, apologies. I've never met an Aethermancer before. Allow me to introduce myself too. I am Sir Tiberian, a noble knight on his epic quest. I like to collect equipment, you see. Sometimes I'm even able to upgrade them. Let me show you what I can do for you. Hail, Syriax! Are you on your way to the Void again? Wait, what? We're in the Void right now? Well, that explains a lot. I found this strange gemstone. Seems like it'd fit right into one of your monster's equipment. Probably make it stronger. I think.
Do you use this strange gemstone to upgrade a monster's equipment? We could upgrade. Upgrade says upgraded tier, and if possible, pick a new affix for it. Which of these am I likely to keep for the longest time? I mean, additional wind damage on each wind hit for Cold Heart, as well as the additional sidekick damage. That's pretty good, but it's not... Well, the sidekick damage gets crit on, right? So, maybe it's even better than I'm thinking. Sorithil's Chain is also really, really good for the purging of target ether. No, that's... We'll upgrade that. Oh, wow. Debuff mitigation. Debuffs deal 1 less damage against allies. Cool. Sidekick damage. Increases damage of sidekick on allies by 1. Yes, thank you. Or burn hit. On hit, 10% chance to apply burn. That's also pretty good, but I'll take the sidekick damage, thank you.
It worked. Wow. Can you point me to Pilgrim's Rest then?
Sorithil's Chain has been upgraded.
Perseveres! Persevere, fellow Void Delver. Every step you take brings you closer to the completion of your quest.
Yeah. Let's stagger one of the new creatures I've not seen. Some sort of scorpion flower hybrid. It is a Circuit. An earth-wind creature. It has the signature trait Judgment. Whenever one of your shielded allies gets attacked, trigger poison on the enemy and apply force to the attacked allies. Got it. Do not attack anyone wearing a shield. Quick interrupt for a free sidekick. Lovely stuff. Oh, I could even Lava Surge. Ooh, I could even Comet Rush, though. Oh, no, I don't get the sidekick from it. No, wait, I get sidekick for free. I just don't get the power from it, right? Got to keep the stagger train rolling. Until only one of you is allowed to attack this turn. That's awkward. They shielded too at the end of the turn. They just get to generate shield for free. Oh, Lava Surge and it interrupts all enemies? Yes, please. How dare you fearlessly attack me? Please exclusively do that fearfully, thank you. I think I do just have to throw a big Icy Assault at the Naga. Gets it, staggered, puts us in the position where we basically just get to decide who dies. Perfect. I only just realized that the enemy move has 3 prongs on it, telling you rather who it's going to be attacking. I always thought, oh, it's a random one every single time. Oops. Glad to know the truth now, to be fair. Yeah. I'm gonna snow support. Even if nothing else, that'll be really good for worthiness at the end of battle. Maybe I have too much Purge Break. Because I feel like I'm really, really, really good at breaking the enemy's Purge, but like, maybe I don't need all of these ways of doing it, especially because I'm critting the enemies constantly. Like, that's doing a lot of Purge Break. Or Boys Break, rather. Rod of Command artifacts. That's actually a really good artifact. It's reactivate target monster. Only get to do it 2 times before another monster's rest, though. Really? Oh, nope. A Soul Lantern. Sure, I'll release a soul for +5 on... I think Cold Heart's probably lowest at the moment. I was wrong about that. Should have been Sorathil. Oops. Especially because Cold Heart has 25% evasion. Sorathil does not. Oh, that looks like a dog to me. On account of 4 legs? Kinda dog. Fiery stabs, apply force to self. Oh boy. A really bad setup here. Gonna have to try and focus on purging as much ether from these enemies as quickly as possible. Just enough to purge one more off, though. Okay, so we got a single move. No, we got all of their moves downgraded. That's good. Oh, that Sphinx stuff is cool. Hits me and then heals an ally? You get to do both? Gee, how come? I mean, this uses most of my resources for the Lightning Chaos. Yeah, but I can Fire Fang without it and still purge 2 of you. Or Fire Fang Ignite, rather, without a bit. Get the additional burn on everyone, use that burn to stagger them. Those 2 have a lot of health, though, so I feel like those are definitely, like, a priority, but, like, the Sphinx is going to be keeping on healing them consistently, so I can do something about that. I feel like maybe we should be. Steal some dust from ya. Hit you with an Icy Assault for just a bunch of hits. What is that ability you're even using? Electrical Jolts. Oh, okay, that's literally just a buff the enemies? Great, that's fine. I can slow play that turn then. Really want to be able to use snow support. Alright. Let's use Void Crystal for the very first time in this run, gaining 2 Wild Ether, then use those to cast Snow Support. I'll take my 5 Sidekick, thank you. Ooh, Electrical Jolt. God, I really want to prevent someone from actually using an action this turn. What are both of you doing? The Amets. They're also Gluttons. Regeneration heals this monster for 10% of his max health, rounded up, but does not trigger at the start of the turn. On attack from this monster or its minions, trigger regeneration on self, and deal a Earth Fire hit. Equal D value. Cool. Oh no, we didn't cause the interrupt. So I don't get the sidekick. That's really unfortunate. I say unfortunate. It's bad. But what I'm looking for, I think, is bad, actually. As long as only one of you is using a special move this turn, I might be able to squeak on through. Good lord! Hey! That was my guy! That was my guy! I suspect our first run may be coming to an end quite soon. There we go, second stagger. Hold up. My actions told me I was going to be staggering you. Oh no, I was not going to be staggering you. I was just going to interrupt you, preventing your basic attack. That's good. And then Icy Assault will finish the fight. So I can go back and I can get a new guy. And we'll see if that'll keep the run alive. Actually, do I have a Monster Soul on me at the moment? Maybe I've given all of them away. Oof. Oh no, I was gonna get another trade as well! On interrupt play, cool. On target support. No, whenever this monster has sidekick other allies. You know what? No, reroll. Whenever power is applied to this monster, heal each ally for 3. So that happens pretty much every turn. And then whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shield both attackers for 2. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to have before I lost them. You just lost the monster in your last fight. This happens to all Aethermancers eventually. Use the map to teleport back to the start of the zone and birth a monster there. Come on, Sharoof. Well, my options are Tatzelworm or Tatzelworm. So I'll be taking Tatzelworm, who levels up a couple of times. Also, do I not get to give you a nickname? Toxic Assault. On every 3 crits, apply 2 poison, then trigger poison. Allies gain crit chance. Not necessary. They already crit on all of their psychics. I'll take Toxic Assault. So, on every 3 crits, apply 2 poison, then trigger poison. Tatzelworm's trait is on crit, apply poison. And more crit chance for every poison stack on the enemy. Viral Bloom triggers poison on all enemies. Apply 2 regen to self, then consume more regen stacks to deal 6 damage to the target enemy for each consumed. Not great. I guess I take Viral Bloom. Toxic Eruption, 2x2 fire earth against target, deal an additional X for each poison stack. 2 damage for each poison stack on the enemy. Actually, I'll take that so that I can try and stack a whole load of poison on him. Poison no longer triggers at the start of the turn, and poison damage is doubled. Plague. Whenever poison triggers on an enemy, apply poison to all enemies. Okay, so poison application causes triggers, causes poison application. We can see how that can start cycling. 2x5 water fire against target enemy, 15 crit chance, critical hits purge a target. Yeah. Stone Edge, 3x8 earth damage against target enemy, and first hit is guaranteed to be a critical hit. Toxic healing. Heals target ally for 3x6. Applies 3 poison to all enemies and triggers poison on all enemies, which then spreads poison each time poison triggers. That's huge. Viral healing. Whenever allies heal for 50 or more in a single turn, trigger poison on all enemies. That'll be great if I can trigger it. Regenerating water action from an ally, apply regeneration to the ally with the lowest regeneration. Regeneration just heals you for 5 at the start of the turn. Polluted ether, consume up to 1 earth ether to deal 6 earth damage hit and apply 6 poison to target enemy. I'm gonna take viral healing. I think if I think like with snow support and the other heal move that I just used, I'm getting pretty close to being able to do that. Viral bloom, trigger poison on all monsters. Now this seems incredible to me. I think I replaced Fire Claws. I already have access to that kind of an attack. Can I name it? Yes, thank you. Totzelworm. Excuse me. There we go. Totzelworm, your name is Tristan. And then let's see if what dropped over here is equipment that you can use. Or rare equipment. Ether +1, wind damage +1. Do you do wind damage, Tristan? Nope, earth and fire. Oh well. That's completely fine still. You're still generating an additional ether each turn. Can't believe they killed Sharuf. Oh, Ether Spring. Gotta go with that first. Permanent buffs. Please. Let's just have a look in here. Oh, I have no more souls and can't rebirth monsters. Actually, does it still show me what it would be? It says it would be Totzelworm. Pretty sure it wouldn't be, buddy. I don't think I can have 2 of the same guy. Fire. Your monsters gain 1 fire damage. Or, every 3 turns in combat, apply power to your monsters. Two of my creatures are fire creatures, so Thorathil will do additional damage from that. On all sidekicks, I think, as well, because those are fire damage. Who are you? Who are you? Just a slinky? Oh, nope. That is not a slinky. Oh, of course, silly me, it's Medusa. Not a Gorgon, it is specifically Medusa. Lamentation of Woes, the Retaliate. Cleanse a debuff from self. For every 4 cleansed from self, trigger an attack that deals 1/4 earth water damage to all enemies and applies 4 affliction to each enemy. Oof. I should not attack them when they have debuffs on them, which they already have debuffs on them. How dare you? It's almost like you saw me coming. Actually, I can trigger poison on all enemies. That's pretty fun. As a free action, because then it'll spread poison to all enemies as well. I'm going to steal the ether that lets you cast that. Then trigger poison on everyone. Oh, that still counts as targeting those units, so they still purged ether as well. That's not what I wanted to see. boy. Electrical Jolt gives me 2 sidekick on Cold Heart, but also Zorathil gains 2 sidekick from seeing the healing. And I'm pretty sure it only saw that healing because... Yeah, okay, what happened there is our ability gave 2 temporary power to Zorathil, who saw that, and then healed all units on the floor by 3 for each power, then triggering sidekick gain. That's exactly the kind of snowballing out of control I like to see. Toxic healing, heal target, apply 3 to all enemies and then trigger it. Perfect. I can't break anyone right now. But 2 regen to all target allies seems good. Oh, never mind. Get staggered. How dare you lament your woes? Actually, how dare you? Almost killed Totzelverm in a single action there. Hell yeah. Oh no, that doesn't actually cause the interrupt from Ultras. It's fine, I still get Psychic. We'll be okay. Yeah, Tutzelworm's health is going to become a problem. Sorry, Tristan. Levels up after the next fight, though. Rod of Command, Artifact, second Rod of Command. So I have 4 charges, effectively. Equivalent exchange. I'm going to give you gold and receive Ether Crystals because the meta resource is definitely the thing that I should be prioritizing. I think depending on how long a run that's not the tutorial tends out to be, I'll figure out whether or not I should be splitting these down into, you know, episodes per biome, or full episode for a full run, or something like that. At the moment, it's not necessarily representative, but I don't know, maybe it's like a 2-hour run to complete this game? Yeah, I should definitely go sidekick, and then just... what is that buff Tutzelverm that you're using on all of your allies, though? Smog. 2 poison to all monsters. Oh. Those monsters want poison on them. I don't want them to get poisoned for that reason. Whatever they want, I don't. Effects. I can take out Tutzelverm this turn. I should. Just comes down to whether or not I want to generate additional resources. So I guess I might have ended up poisoning with the crit, so not really certain which I should have done. Clear 2 debuffs from all allies. I mean, hell yeah. If I can do that and benefit from not only the heal and the debuff, but also get this ridiculous amount of sidekick, we absolutely have to do so. It's definitely time to stagger you. I don't want you lamenting your woes out here, okay? Council Worm heals themselves. Yeah, you need some more sidekick. Use energy rush. No, again! I really wish it would show me who's going to be the unit that kills in situations where I'm doing a basic attack and then a sidekick's following up. It'd be nice to know that at a glance just because some effects really care. Granted, I could also just count. Oh, that'll automatically do it. Just drown him. I even add more damage. Another sidekick attack after that. How quickly in battle am I capable of getting to that happening? Because it doesn't feel like it's common right now. On Earth attack from any ally, applies poison to each enemy. From any ally? Hang on, that also includes Tristan. Which means that Viral Bloom triggers poison on all enemies as well as places poison on all enemies, which is nice. But I don't have anything that triggers when I poison an enemy, which is what I would really want, because I have all of these ways of giving a bunch of poison, a bunch of individual instances of poison to enemies. If that was doing something additional rather than just paying off when the enemy has a lot of poison for crit shots or for additional damage. I mean, Toxic Cycle is that. Whenever allies apply 5 or more poison in a single turn, apply regeneration to each ally. So that's just 5 regen, 5 health rather at the start of each round. If we apply any poison, really. Yeah, I think that'll just give us a lot more survivability without having to actively focus on it. Scepter Epic Equipment. How good is this one? Start of your turn, 1 temporary power. Sorry, end of your turn, 1 temporary power, heals self for 6. Decent. Heals an additional 1 for every healing. It'd have to replace Psychic Generator on those. Fire Generator, basic attacks generate 1 additional Fire Ether. I guess I could throw this on Tristan. I just lose the energy. It's probably worth it. Oh. 2 XP for Tristan, trying to catch him back up. I see. Grateful for it. I don't have another Monster Soul, so I can't even trigger that shrine over there. Really does feel like there should be another battle on this floor. Alas, I guess not. Merchant, Knight, or Witch. I'm gonna go for Knight Actually, Witch is rerolling, right? Yeah, Witch is rerolling a lot of the time. Give me Witch. So Cold Heart. Your impeccable traits. Also Sorathil, impeccable traits. Every 3 crits, apply 2 poison, then trigger poison. Plague, viral healing, and toxic cycle. If I replace toxic assault, I think Tristan gets a lot better. I think it could link in instead. So yeah, please offer me that.
We have arrived in Vigil. Feels momentous, doesn't it? The Garden District's always been an imposing place to be. Like being in the presence of the monster deities themselves. The Void's only added more to the otherworldly atmosphere.
Traits on Potzelworm is Tristan. And yeah, it's Toxic Assault there. On Earth action from any ally, apply poison to each enemy. Okay. I'm more consistently gonna... I mean, it's more poison triggers on the enemies. I still need to find a way for those individual triggers of poison to matter. These strange plants don't look native to the Fractured Ruins, or to Terra Stay for that matter. It must be the corrupting influence of the Void. There's no doubt about it. We're close to the core of the Void now. A 3-boss structure? I see. Oh, that seems like a boss unit over there as well. I'll be back for you in a second. Let me just absolutely make sure that I've got all of the other resources. Looks like it. Get him! Oh, real shame I don't have a memento on me. So. Whoa! Hecatoncheires. Hecatoncheiris? Hecatoncheiris? I feel like this has probably got an actual pronunciation. And if anyone happens to know it, I would love to. 100-handed. Gains aging. Aging's so cool. We haven't had any creatures with it yet, but aging is just a stack that increases 1 every turn, and a bunch of traits and abilities reference it. This one gains aging. At the end of your turn, if this monster has 3 or more age, so, oh boy, triggers an attack against each enemy for 1/5 fire wind damage for every 3 age, and applies 1 weakness to each enemy. Yeah, okay, we need to finish this fight as quickly as possible. Summon Mastery. Aura, minion damage +1, and the monster can have an additional minion attached to it. And it's got a bunch of different summons it can do, as well as shielding and then applying age to all allies that have age. Zephyr Punch. Oh, how dare you. If this monster has 3 or fewer age, apply age to self. I need to prevent you from using that. Because... Oh, hang on. What else are you trying to cast this turn? Crystal Charge. That's also trying to add age to you. I need to stop you from gaining age. I gotta keep you young and spry, buddy. You're a boss as well, so it's a really good time for me to just be throwing things at the wall. I'd love to start with snow support. Generate me some wild ether, please. Snow support gets us back into a reasonable health position for all of our characters. And then I can steal an ether while applying poison, because it was an earth action to steal that ether. Energy Rush, unfortunately, is not going to interrupt here. One basic attack, and then a cascade of critical side kick attacks. Still wouldn't break. 2x6 Wind Earth against target and apply 3 poison. Sure. It's good against their Earth protection, which I really need to get a handle on right now. Yeah, basic attack is 7/7. Not too bad. Oh, Comet Rush. And, yep, the interrupt is coming from within the house. Which means it causes additional sidekick and then additional power on on Sorathil, which then causes additional healing on the entire ally, which causes additional sidekick back on Sorathil. The virtuous cycle of sidekick. This is an annoyance, though. I suspect I'm not capable. Wait, actually, maybe. I'm gonna purge to either off of you right now. Yep. Yes, perfect. I can just get you below the limit of having enough to cast that. The chain is doing insane purging work every single turn. I feel like we got that like immediately after drafting Sorathil. This bodes really well for our final fight here. So enemy's already staggered. If I do that, I heal 5. I heal 5. So it's any attack action is currently purging that. Great. So yeah, I can use this for an interrupt. It's just not showing healing on allies because it can't actually heal them. They're on full health at the moment. Perfect. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, actually, no. The purge is not coming from this creature. So I'd miss out on getting the sidekick I'm looking for here. Still does huge damage, but it's pretty costly still. They're attacking the bottom and top. I'll use a foul shield here. A little more poison on the enemy. Hit a couple of individual stacks of poison as well. Purging to enemy ether. I could just get ahead of their stuff. Actually, with 4 rods of command, realistically, I should just get another unit to attack. Just trigger as much sidekick consistently as I can. That's where the real damage is. Yeah, 23 damage crits. 46 damage on every sidekick from Sorathil right there. I can't believe we're going to win this without Reggie. Oh. After I waxed poetic for so long. At least the party that's going to do it is doing so in the name of dogdom. Reset action summon. Ooh. Then you triggered 100-handed. That hurt. I'm just figuring out exactly how mean I want to be. Let's drown you. Purge your ether. Hit you with a sidekick. Oh! Oh, Toxic Eruption is just enough to come in clutch here. Because it does 20 additional damage courtesy of the 10 poison on the enemy. Is there another boss after this? Oh, levels up again. Cold Heart. Dedicated support action applies sidekick to self and then reactivates target ally. That's really cool. Metal spell, 2/3 water, earth, against target enemy, cleanses debuffs, applied sec. Yeah, whatever. Lightning chaos, no, don't need that. I'll take a temporal borealis. A lot of the time, that's basically what I want Bubble Trick to do. Yeah, Cold Heart, you're better at sidekick attacking than you are at attacking. Healing Rain. Heals all allies for 2/5, cleanses 4 debuffs from all allies. I mean, Snow Sport is just what I'm going to use instead, though. It also cleanses 2 corruption from all allies on the first use each combat, so if I found that really early on, maybe. Lava Surge, damage, and apply power to self. That actually causes a lot of healing, which causes a lot of sidekick as well, because the interrupt gives power, the power gives healing to the entire party, the healing gives sidekick. Let me take Lava Surge here. Actually, it's not better at doing it than... yeah, it does it to all enemies, whereas Comet Rush does not. Okay, yeah, that... It's going to be a Comet Rush that's slightly cheaper and targets all enemies and has slightly better outcomes for us. Sorathil gains 2 there. Neat. Another area? Pretty surprised by that, to be honest. Getting pretty near the core, I imagine. 15 corruption, cleared from all monsters. Your wares are quite specialized. Only the best, of course. You get your gold's worth when you come to me. How did you come across them, actually? Oh, there are many things to be found in the void. Just ripe for the taking. And the souls? As I always say, many things are known to us. I see. Care to buy anything? Ocarina, blank memento, pretty appealing. And I'll take a single experience, and then just another single experience, please. Oh, I wondered if this would be it. We're close to the origin. I can feel it. Something seems to be locked behind a veil here. Intentionally sealed away. So this void's no accident. There's another route, less hidden. I might be able to access it. All right, let's do this. The Forbidden Fortress? No. Something seems off. It's distorted. Even more than usual. We need to get ready. The route's approaching. Oh, just a culminating boss fight? Hello, Aethermancer. To make it this far, quite impressive. So you do remember. You look well. Have you enjoyed life? Your freedom? Us? We could never imagine to complain. We take it your surprise has robbed you of speech. Or is it the guilt? Who could say? Can you hear them? Farewell, Syriax, for your soul will rot in the eternal flow of ether, as is their will. Oh, we get to fight them! This is the character that would appear at the end of the demo to say, like, you're done now. Corrupted Ether. What are you doing? This enemy is special. Their arms can be attacked and have traits. The two arms are immune to damage and can only be staggered. Staggering them temporarily removes them from the fight. Each turn, each arm curses a random monster of yours, corrupting its actions. What does Corrupted do? Corrupted. When a monster uses a corrupted action, apply X corruption to it. Woof. Not a good turn to do a bunch of actions, I guess. Okay, stealing some enemy ether would be great. Maybe I should go Wild just so I can steal some ether. Let's get the Void Crystal out. Stealing Dust takes your ether and gives me Sidekick. I really do want to still throw Fire Fang at the enemy. But I get 15 corruption for it? That 15 corruption is what? Irrelevant in this battle, but relevant in the next battle? There's another battle after this? Like, if corruption only determines how much health you start a fight with, this is the final fight. Why does it matter? Unless corruption can eclipse health in the middle of a fight and kill a unit? I could possibly see that. My Sidekick to self and reactivates target ally. I mean... Oh, I can use that to Sidekick target myself. Interesting. Probably shouldn't do this turn though. Alright, I think I need to slow play the opening like this. Generate some additional resources to be able to use later. I see. You keep corrupting me. How dare you? Let's Stealing Dust. Some Sidekick. And some Poison. And then I can hit you with Drown. Purging a very solid amount of ether back off of you. I think maybe snow support makes sense here. Oh, actually, Icy as Soul completely stagger the enemy. Can't keep letting you just get a bunch of free actions from every turn. I can use Icy Assault to take out a hand. That also does some damage against Syrinx at least. Doesn't help me set up any additional sidekick though. I think maybe it is just snow support. And then I can just stagger you with sidekick hits. Oh, too many hands, too many hands. Put him back, put him back. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a capital B for bad. By sapping all corruption from your two most corrupted allies, Chernobog healed themselves and created 2 corruption copies based on the amount of corruption on those respective monsters. Additionally, the 2 arms you have now have the ability to steal 1 action from a cursed monster, locking it from being used. To free it, you must stagger the corresponding arm. Big how dare you. Just one big happy how dare you for you, thank you. Oh, I can purge a lot of actions off of you. Let's do that. That drown starts staggering that hand, manages to fully stagger that hand, also purges everything that... there we go, that should have been needed for a big cast. I do want to do just a big stagger hit. Lava Surge. That only does cool stuff on interrupts. I can't guarantee that it's going to crit. You know what? Oh, wow. Failed. That's fine. Reactivate it with a Rod of Command. You can even do the exact same move again. There's that stagger, giving us the power. Can't do anything about that hand? Really? Without using Toxic Eruption, which seems maybe a bad idea. You know what? I'll do it. I have to take the 15 corruption for it, but I do a huge amount of damage. I do just need to thin the targets off the field and just pound the enemy in the face, frankly. Okay, so summons are coming back in 2 turns, and hands are coming back in 2 turns. So I just basically spend all of this time going straight for the throat. Steal Ether as a free action, and also apply some poison. Energy Rush manages to interrupt the enemy somehow here? Oh, everything interrupts the enemy, which means it's just because of the psychic attack. Yeah. Let's have you drown. Purge to enemy ether. Do 2x3 and then 2 additional damage for each poison on the enemy. For a total of 26. Follow up with a bunch of sidekick crits. And then, before I do anything else with the turn, activate Totzelworm again to do exact same thing. Toxic Eruption and a bunch of crits, please. Oh, I can even stag you this turn with an Icy Assault. That said, it staggers you out of doing basically nothing. That's fine, it'll be worth it. How dare you put 6 terror on my ally? Gotta love doing huge damage and gaining sidekick. Both of the moves that the Cold Heart used that turn don't actually generate sidekick. Just all of the effects that they cause happen to. Okay, Toxic Eruption. Just unfortunately. I don't have the ability to cast Toxic Eruption again this turn. I really wish I could. Just don't have the right energy for it. And if I use the Void Crystal to make the energy, I won't have the Rod of Command so that I can actually cause the attack to happen. Like, look, it takes him down to 1 HP. It's the right move, if I could do it. I wonder. Oh, I can generate Earth. Never mind. I'm okay. We use Sorathil here to generate additional Earth. And then Toxic Eruption to deal that poison damage straight to the enemy from Tristan. Get him! As soon as Sharuf died, I had a little sinking feeling in my soul of like, oh, I really wanted to win on the first episode. Cool. Nice little display at the end here showing us all the mementos we crafted, as well as all of the stats. Damage dealt. I mean, realistically, of course. Wow, Cold Heart was the most damage dealt. I would have assumed it would have been Sorathil. Sick. Select a monster to see its worthiness gain. Oh, I tried to, but I must have hit the wrong button. We're going back to town. So, welcome to Pilgrim's Rest, home to many different characters. Some of them offer you permanent upgrades to benefit your future runs, such as the Soul Bombs offered by Lily the Witch. Try talking to some people and see what they have to offer you. I'm going to round out the episode by checking out the couple of people who are in our town at the moment.
Another Aethermancer, huh? Seems like that darn void attracts you kind like moths. Anyway, I should mind my manners. Welcome to our humble village of Pilgrim's Rest. Last stop before the fractured ruins. No place as civilized as ours in miles. I'm Gustavo. Tavern keep, innkeep, judge, mayor.
Pleasure to meet you, Gustavo. I'm...
Likewise. As I was saying. Another one of your kind arrived here just yesterday. They're up by the cliff just up ahead. They said they're an envoy or some such, here to study the void. Strange one. A lot of pilgrims come through here, you know. Never bothered to make the trip to the holy city myself, truth be told, but I hear it's magnificent. When it's not the end of the world, anyway. Ain't never seen 2 Aethermancers in a single day, though.
we'll try to behave.
Just one more thing before you storm off. Did you find any ether crystals on your way out there?
Perhaps.
It's no secret that those crystals are valuable to our kind. Pilgrim's Rest would prosper if we had a steady supply of them. And I'm sure I can put in a good word with you for the folks around here in exchange. You get what I'm saying?
If I give you ether crystals, people around here will help me out on my mission. Got it.
Some of the others around here also wouldn't mind sharing their services with you in exchange for some of those crystals. Let me put it in plain terms. Lily the Witch and Alioth the Envoy seem both interested in ether crystals as well. Why don't you and I try and make a deal first? You looking to make a deal today, Syriax? Of course, as provisional mayor of Pilgrim's Rest, I'll see to the lawful distribution of those ether crystals, as well as your recognition as our benefactor.
Gustavo can grant you perks that benefit you on the future runs of the Void, granting you additional resources and improving the services of the character you meet in the Void. Let's make a deal. So we can start each run with 10 gold, we can have a merchant offering an additional discount, or start with a additional blank memento. Ooh, I really like that. It'll help me unlock more characters more quickly. Down here we have Lily the Witch.
So, how do you like Pilgrim's Rest? Cozy, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It is, isn't it? It's amazing what people have managed to build up here. I hope people don't give you too many odd looks. I think a lot of them down in Aethermancer would help us out.
I don't blame them for being skeptical. Terrace Day hasn't treated your people kindly in the past.
That's why this place is special. I didn't grow up here, but it still feels like a home to me. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. You remember what I told you about my special ability, right?
You mean soul bonding, right?
Exactly. Soul bonding ensures that you always have your most trusted monster at your side when you need them. I just need some ether crystals to perform my magic. How about it, Syriax? Do you wish to establish a soul bound with any of your monsters? You only need to have its memento to do so.
Soul bounding allows you to start with a specific creature for any of your future runs. I don't really need to soul bound everyone at the start, just whoever I want to start the next run with. Given that I use Tutzelworm, or Wolpertinger, and Orthrus already, maybe not them. Sure, I'll take Warden. Actually, Warden has Purge. I'd be doing a lot of purging stuff. Yeah, give me Cockatrice instead, though. This area is currently extremely barren, but once we rescue some more NPCs, it'll start to be a little more lively. Ah, I see you found your way here too. The void is truly treacherous, ain't it? I actually wasn't ordered to go inside, but no one's ever made it to the council just by following orders. Now that you're here, I should mention, I'm trained in Aethermancer enhancement. Oh, I take it you're unfamiliar with it? It's a rather relevant, rather recently developed form of magic, one of the benefits of the followers of Quellius. Indeed, I hadn't known about this yet. By utilizing ether crystals, I'm able to enhance the capabilities of the Aethermancers and their monsters. I'm not sure if the council would approve of it, but we do share a common goal. So I'll make my services available to you. Thank you. That's much appreciated. Are you interested in Aethermancer enhancement? Utilizing the power of ether crystals, this recently developed form of magic may enhance your capabilities as an Aethermancer. Aethermancer. There you go. Alioth can grant you perks that'll benefit you on future runs of the Void. Cool. Monster Flask charge upgrade. We can get an additional charge for the Monster Flask. We could have it heal some more. We could start with a skill reroll. Your monsters gain additional max health for every level, or whenever you gain a new memento, the monster starts out with 100 worthiness. I mean, considering I'm going to be collecting mementos at the very start, I think that's probably a good first pickup for us. Let's get skill reroll start as well, and then maybe gold? just to try and get a general smattering of a bunch of different resources. Oh, I can't get gold there. Merchant discount. I'm going to take the max. Oh, can't afford it. I'm going to take the healing upgrade. That's like health. It's just not current. And then if I wanted to start my next run, which I will do at the top of the next episode, we would leap in through there. I'll also note, though, there's a higher difficulty that we'll be able to move to. Corruption of monsters capped at 99% of their max health. Each monster has an additional trait, enemy monsters that is, and regular enemies have 20% higher health, bosses have 50% higher health, but you gain more worthiness for having done so as well. So I'll probably leap into that mode already at the start of the next episode, but until then, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Aethermancer. Just out in early access, you can see the link to the Steam page for it at the very top of the description down below. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. A special thanks this episode to Cold Heart. Also, I will mention, like and comment on the first episode of the series does matter, so that'd be helpful. See you then.